Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Reacting Chill. I'm Dika. So last time in Bleach, Rukia finally had to be taken back to the Soul Society by Renji and her brother Byakuya Kuchiki. So she's been locked up, and she had to say some horrible things, unfortunately, to Ichigo, because Byakuya would have literally killed him. Byakuya also cut his chain of fate, or soul. See, he did something. So basically, after Byakuya's attack, Ichigo will no longer be able to become a Soul Reaper and therefore would lose his powers. Luckily, Kisuke was able to pick him up, bring him back to his shop, patch him up, and then they were embarking on training Ichigo for him to no longer rely on, say, the power I'm assuming that he was getting from Rukia, but to fully fledged Soul Reaper, which involved being put through his paces. And currently he's now in like a pit. They've severed his chain of fate and also bound his hands, so that's going to encroach in on itself, and if that completely encroaches in on itself, he'll become a hollow. So Kisuke is giving him 72 hours to get out of that pit, otherwise he'll become a hollow and they're going to have to kill him. And on the flip side, Yoruichi the cat has taken on Chad and Orihime, and getting them to train. He said that, why don't you guys train? You know, he's informed them of what's happening with Ichigo. Oh yeah, because Orihime noticed, I don't know if Chad had noticed, they didn't say anything, but Orihime had noticed that Rukia was not at school anymore. Everybody else seemed to have forgotten, but Orihime hadn't. So yeah, Yoruichi is training Chad and Orihime, and I'm assuming they said, see, at least understand your powers a bit more, and then after that point, the decision's up to you to do what you want to do. Rukia's in jail in the Soul Society, awaiting trial. I was confused last time because I assumed as soon as they take her back, they were looking to execute her. Then they made it sound as if she was going to go in jail, but no, she's definitely going to get executed. So I think this is just a trial beforehand, then she's going to get executed, I'm assuming. Please do let me know down in the comment below if I am wrong. And even though Renji had said that your brother's going to vouch for you, he's going to be pleading your case, Rukia doesn't think he would, and I agreed with Rukia, especially the way he was, like, the vibes I was getting from him. But I'm hoping he's a good guy. So yeah, that's where we are currently right now. So Ichigo's training to not become a hollow. Uryu is also training. He had this mysterious box that he was going to be training or using, so I wonder what the outcome of that's going to be. And I'm wondering if Chad and Orihime are going to join him on his quest into the Soul Society, because this is going to be interesting, obviously, once Ichigo has hit his final form. So yeah, that was a wrap up of what happened last time. Let's get into the next episode.
It is as I said. Do I need to repeat myself?
I knew it.
She will suffer the ultimate punishment.
I knew it.
That is the final decision of the Soul Society.
See, even Renji can't believe it.
So you intend to kill me?
Not
That's
the
right.
truth.
I do.
You're both completely hopeless. Unless you are able to activate your powers at will, you will die like a dog in the Soul Society. Just remember the first time you used your powers and retrace those steps.
But she's still a girl.
Oh, here we go.
You weren't even in danger and yet you called for us? You terrible little hussy!
So the chain of fate is eating itself. Oh, so that is disgusting.
Chains are so painful.
During encroachment, he can't move, and they fall asleep.
So if I'm gonna move,
It's when they're
it'll
asleep.
have to be while they're sleeping.
That's so serious. I was gonna say, that's some serious vertical climbing. I think there's a madness to his method, Kisuke's. Method to his madness, sorry.
Oh, and if you do get thirsty, go ahead and drink my spit.
Why, you
Ew.
Over here, you can do it too.
Yeah.
can't climb out? How much time
Well, check your chain. They brought him food?
Thought I'd bring you a little food down here.
But-
I figured you'd be feeling pretty hungry right about now. The final encroachment? It's nothing like the other ones.
Ew!
All of you!
God. That is really scary. Is that happening?
This is a sign that he is resisting.
And I wonder what power. I know that Ururu is pretty strong because even Kisuke said that she's got powers to invade Soul Reapers to be able to put up a fight with them. So I wonder what she was going to do to save him. And I still want to know who this group. There's Jinta, Kisuke, Ururu, and the other guy, the gentleman with the glasses and ponytail. What are they? They must be spiritual. Like they're like the Kurosaki family being able to see spirits. They've got some form of powers. Are they even human? So that's what I'm wondering.
Ichigo, can you hear me?
Huh. What is this?
Over here.
Oh. Who is this?
What are you talking about? It's me, Zangetsu. So I still can't reach you, for there is no one in this world that knows me better than you do.
But unfortunately, I don't know anyone as depressing as you are.
How can you just sit there in a place like that?
Where is this world?
Was nothing more than power that you received from Rukia.
Yeah.
You have Soul Reaper power of your own.
Ichigo has Soul Reaper power. Alright. I figured he must have because everyone keeps going on about spiritual energy. Now, this goes back to a couple of episodes ago. How do the Soul Reapers get selected?
The Soul Reaper power you had was awakened with the help of Rukia and
Yeah.
Kuchiki's own power. Now, find it, or you will become a hollow.
I just don't have the ability to search out spirit energy. It's not possible.
But you do.
Hey, that's it!
He needs to look for the red spirit ribbon.
What the hell?
Is that his Sunbuck?
Middle of a Zanbakuto?
Yeah.
Hurry up! You must pull me out now!
That's his Sunbuck toe! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Wow!
Zangetsu is his Sunbuck toe! Oh!
First incantation, bandage! Second incantation, 100 deadbolts! Final incantation, fatal seal!
Oh my god. Damn. Did he emerge victorious?
If you're alive, answer me!
Oh my god. That I'm not gonna lie, this imagery, it looks sick. Oh, he's gonna use it to break his mask. He did so well.
Congratulations! It seems you went and became a Soul Reaper again.
Shut up!
With all of your spirit, we should be able to get you started on lesson 3. Knock off my hat with your Zanpakuto and the lesson will be cleared.
Damn.
Because I haven't really gotten down to business yet.
Oh, we're back at the Soul Society.
My compliments, Squad 6 Captain. You handled yourself very professionally in there. I
Okay.
thought that
So what do you want with me?
we were just concerned.
Our family lineage is none of your business.
Good to know you're not upset. Criminals can do such damage to a noble family's image. Why don't you test me then?
I don't think you really mean that. Try.
Yeah, who are these people?
A most sincere apologies, Squad 6 Captain. I assure you, it was not my intention to offend you in any way.
You know for a fact, people in anime that have their eyes closed like that all the time mean business or all just trouble.
Don't expect me to go easy on ya! You thought because I'm not a Soul Reaper I couldn't have a Zanpakuto.
Awaken now, Benihime. I assure you this is a real Zanpakuto. Very real.
Nice.
Let us show you.
Damn.
A blade like that, stop her.
Oh shit.
Damn. That can't be. I think it's only fair to warn you. If you try to go against me with that inferior weapon, I will kill you.
So, is Kisuke a Soul Reaper? Or some sort of Soul Reaper? You know, him, Mr. Tessai, Jinta, and Ururu are some form of spiritual beings, I think. Oh yeah. Kisuke basically said what I figured last time. Basically, they keep going on about, like, Ichigo has not been able to fulfill the full power of his Zanpakuto because there's no spirit energy in there. He's not using it to his full capacity, his potential, and therefore it's just a sword.
This is so pathetic. What am I doing? Pathetic!
Yes, that's you. You still haven't called me yet.
Exactly. Call him.
Face forward, Ichigo.
Zangetsu. It's gonna grow out of the hilt.
Abandon your fear. Turn and face him. Now shout out my name!
Say my name! Ichigo's OST was coming up. Damn! Look!
What kind of Zanpakuto is that? It's not even shaped like a normal sword.
But I hope you dodge this.
What?
Because I can't control it yet!
Oh!
Phew. Good thing I protected myself with my blood mist shield. Without it, I probably would have lost an arm just now. Lesson 3, cleared.
Damn, look at that.
Last. It's complete.
What have you been up to? Shit! He's got...
That explosion is causing a panic in the streets! Quick, out the back door!
I was told to go home and wait for the opening of the gate into the Soul Society. So here I am for what could be my last summer vacation.
Come on, everybody! The sun's going down and it's almost explosion time!
So, you're gonna visit some relatives next week? Ichigo said he was taking a trip then too. If you've decided to do something, you should go ahead and do it. And do the best you can. Just promise that you'll come back, okay?
Oh, I think she
I'll
knows.
be waiting.
Oh shit! Whoa!
What the hell? Ah! Who the hell contacts people like that? This is like some TV crime scene message written in the victim's own blood! Well, Dad, Kari, Yuzu, goodbye.
Way to dodge the attack, my son!
This is how you say goodbye? What's wrong with you? What am I supposed to do with some dirty old charm?
Watch your mouth. That talisman was given to me by your mother long ago. Of course you can't. Whoever said I was giving it to you permanently. You have to give it back to me as soon as you come home. Jeez. Look.
I love this
It
family.
always has.
Hey, Chad. What are you doing?
Yeah, he doesn't know about their powers.
I want to help her out if I can.
I don't take defeat well. So I'm going to.
Yes, I got the message too.
Hold on a second. Can somebody please tell me what the hell is going on
You're
here?
a little slow on the uptick, aren't you?
The freaking cat just spoke to
His
me!
name is Yoruichi, and he's not just a cat.
All right, everyone, your attention, please. All eyes right over here. Voila!
Nice.
This is the gate that leads to the Soul Society. But first, we need to change one thing.
Wow!
Hey, how about giving me a little warning next time, Urahara?
The conversion machine will transform the rest of you into spirits as well. The window of time the gate can be kept open for you is only 4 minutes long.
And you understand that if you lose, you can never return to this life again, right?
Then all I need to do is win, huh? As soon as it opens, run in as fast as you can.
Right.
Here we
Good
go.
luck. We're all counting on you, Ichigo.
So that was episodes 19 and 20, and wow, just so many things have happened, so many amazing things we have to cover. First and foremost, we know that Rukia is now going to be executed within 25 days, which almost aligns with what Kisuke had said in the beginning, that they usually take about a month, 30 days or so before they carry out the execution. So I made some discoveries because I was being so silly about how the encroachment works, and obviously the chain is literally eating itself, and that's how it creates the hollow. Tessai was performing, by the sounds of the moves, they sounded like the same sort of moves that Rukia was doing, which again makes me question, are they types of Soul Reapers? Like, who are these people? That let me, before I even start on Kisuke's Zanbakuto, because he had one in his sword, and Benihime. So before I even get to that, that was so scary, or like weird, you know, when the encroachment sped up towards the end and Ichigo started transforming. But Kisuke did mention that Ichigo was fighting it because his body should have exploded and then his face would have formed last, but that wasn't happening. While Ichigo was in this state, he met face to face with the spirit, you could say, of his Zanbakuto, Zangetsu. So cool. He kind of almost reminded me of Alucard. But we met Zangetsu, and Zangetsu was pointing out Ichigo obviously used, because I was thinking the same thing when he was like, how am I supposed to sense spirit? He can sense spirit. He used the spirit ribbons. He used the technique that Uryu used, because Soul Reaper's spirit energy, or spirit thread, is red. So he's able to find the hilt of his broken Zanbakuto, and once he found the hilt, he was able to fully transform. He had his, I wrote it down last time. So his Shihatsu, he had the Shihatsu, and he had half the mask, which I'm not gonna lie, he did look pretty sick when he turned up like that. So he had the Shihatsu and the mask. So he had completed stage 2, and then that's when he went up against Kisuke, and again Kisuke had the Zanbakuto, his sword, so Benihime, and also he had this blood mist shield, which helped him deflect Ichigo's attack. So when Ichigo called out to Zangetsu, he was able to use pretty much the full power, and his Zanbakuto came out so like different. Weirdly enough, Tessai was looking at it in a way, so I don't know if Tessai had recognized it before, if he has recognized that. So the third test was, sorry, I just jumbled everything up. The third test was being Kisuke having to knock off Kisuke's hat. So Kisuke had Ichigo on the ropes, he was chasing him, and then when Ichigo thought, you know what, you can't kill me because you don't have a Zanbakuto, that's when he came out with Benihime, his Zanbakuto, and his sword transformed, sorry. He pointed out to Ichigo that because you're not using the energy that is actually in your Zanbakuto, you're not calling forth your Zanbakuto, it's just a sword and I could slice through it. So Benihime was slicing up his sword down to the hilt. When he finally called on Zangetsu and he, said his name, he was able to transform his sword, attack, and get Kisuke's knock his hat off, therefore completing the final stage. Epic. Obviously during that whole time, both Chad and Orihime were training with Yoruichi, and they were both able to finally call upon their powers, as they're going to be going to the spirit. I was going to say to the spirit realm. Oh my gosh, too many shows. They're about to go to the Soul Society to help him rescue Rukia. And there was also something that Uryu, he had like a glove or something, which I'm assuming he was training with, because obviously what happened last time, I think he destroyed his arm, his bow arm, helping Ichigo deflect all of his spirit energy. So once Ichigo finally became a Soul Reaper, he emerged as a Soul Reaper. we had that nice bit in between where he was spending some time with his family, with his friends at the end of summer. And I think even Tatsuki was picked up on something going on. We know that she's got some sort of spiritual energy, not spiritual energy, able to see the spirits as well now. So she picked up on something, and obviously just telling her best friend that she'll be waiting for her to come back, which I thought was actually really, really sweet. Because I think she has picked up on what's going on and just worried for her friend Orihime. So they finally all turned up at Kisuke's shop, where both Kisuke and Tessai had opened. They were charging up the gate or doing something, but he had the gate open. But unfortunately, he could only give them 4 minutes in there. The gate was only going to be open for 4 minutes. And I'm wondering if 4 minutes out in the real world equates to a different time in the Soul Society, if that makes sense. So the gate had like a soul spirit conversion, apart from Ichigo, who he put into a Soul Reaper form, with Uryu, Orihime and Chad. They didn't need to leave their bodies. They were going to be like converted into like spirit form. They could only keep the gate open for 4 minutes, otherwise they're going to be trapped in Dongai, which is like limbo. I'm going to quickly go back to the point I mentioned that Tessai had recognized the Zanbakuto that he had, Ichigo, so I wonder if he recognized it before. When Tessai was doing the enchantments to keep Ichigo before, when he thought he was going to transform fully into a hollow to keep him subdued, he was doing Bakudo whatever number. So those are the same sort of enchantments that Rukia was doing in the beginning. So again, I question, were they Soul Reapers before? Were they Soul Reapers that abandoned the Soul Society? And that fuels that theory, because Kisuke also had a Zanbakuto, and he knows how to use her pretty well, Benihime. The other thing I might have pointed out quite nicely is that when they'd opened the gate and they all went through, and he was like, I'm counting on you, Ichigo. Not Benihime, that's his sword. Kisuke tried to touch, and obviously it repelled him. So, was he in the Soul Society before and he got banished? That's really interesting. I only think about this because, first of all, not only their connection to spiritual things and the ability to do what they can do, but also the fact that Kisuke has a Zanbakuto, the fact that Tessai was able to do those incantations such as Soul Reapers, the ability for them to they were training Ichigo to fulfill his Soul Reaper form. So I feel like, I'm not too sure about the kids, but then again, they had mentioned it once or twice. They could be much older than what they look like. I'm not sure. But were they banished? Like, did they leave the Soul Society? Did something happen? So I'm really intrigued with their backstory. Again, purely because he had recognized it. Like, why did Tessai look at Ichigo's blade like that? I don't know if he was particularly looking at his blade or just looking at the fact that Ichigo, but that was the whole point. I feel like he recognized that particular Zanbakuto. Which means, does he recognize Zengetsu? That shape particularly belonged to Zengetsu, that Zanbakuto's spirit. So, interesting. And the other thing I've got to mention, after Captain Kuchiki had left the cell, we met these two other, I'm assuming, Soul Reapers in the Soul Society. One that had an eye patch, another one that had his eyes closed. And like I said, we all know that anime characters with eyes closed are either up to no good, are gonna be trouble, extremely powerful. So we were meeting other ranks within the Soul Society. We were meeting other captains within the Soul Society. The guy with his eyes closed, we haven't been given their names yet, so the guy with his eyes closed seems to respect Captain, was surprised, and they were like, we need more people like you, because obviously he was more than willing to let his sister get the death sentence. And I'm not sure, again, the ins and outs. I feel like the relationship between Byakuya and Rukia is complicated. There was that monologue that Rukia had after he passed the sentence. Even Renji was shocked that, you're letting your own sister die. And Rukia was thinking that if you start showing emotion, emotions just lead to your downfall. Emotions are just burdens. So the fact that if you cry, it was seen as a bad thing. Almost like, let me see. Yeah, so they're taught not to shed tears because tears lead to them feeling emotion. Emotions are seen as a burden. So he looked absolutely poker face at the fact that his sister was going to die. Again, Rukia mentioned that he has not even looked her in the eye for the past 40 years, ever since she came into the Kuchiki family. So there's a much more deep-seated complication happening within their family. He showed literally no remorse. He's like, the next time I'm going to speak to you is at your own execution. So, you know, that's it. So I'd like to find out more about the Kuchiki family and that relationship. I really want to know the backstory for Kisuke. I get this feeling that maybe he was a Soul Reaper. He was banished from the Soul Society. There's more to them. And because Rukia... because she got her Gigai from him, that he was able to supply her the outer worldly goods, she must have been aware that he existed on Earth. So I feel like she must have been aware while she was doing her soul reaping, she must have been aware that, oh, I know there's somebody that exists in the mortal world that I could get my supplies from. So now the whole team is on their way to rescue Rukia, and it's going to be so interesting because I'm sure we're going to meet other Soul Reapers, high-ranking Soul Reapers. Final thoughts? Kisuke just alliterated what we'd already kind of knew or suspected a long time, because what Byakuya cut the soul sleeve, again, if I'm saying this wrong, please let me know. So Byakuya technically cut the source of power Ichigo had essentially received from Rukia, and I assume so because that's the power he got from Rukia. But Zangetsu was able to tell him that you've got Soul Reaper power, you've got it. So now, does the amount of, I'm assuming the amount of spiritual energy, if you've got strong spiritual energy, is linked to you becoming a Soul Reaper. I still want to know the process for that. How do you become a Soul Reaper? What do you need to do to become a Soul Reaper? Clearly in the Soul Society, they're really against any form of, they equate emotions to being human, so you can't show affection. They're all, apart from Renji, who was very cocky, there's a very, for you to be a upstanding member of Soul Society, you need to be a certain way. So I'm quite intrigued to know how they differentiate through all of that. So yes, Ichigo had strong spiritual energy. We knew that since the series had started because everyone's always mentioned it. However, it was Zangetsu that said you've always had the power to be a Soul Reaper. It was within you. So I want to know, how does that manifest? Unless there's something obvious that had happened that I'm missing, again, please do let me know. That manifestation of him being a Soul Reaper, where's the difference? How does that happen? Because Ichigo is clearly a human born in the human world. We already know Soul Reapers are from the Soul Society, which is another dimension world that they exist in. So where's the connection? You've got the Soul Reapers that exist in the Soul Society and how they become Soul Reapers, and you've got Ichigo the human that has the power to be a Soul Reaper. So yes, I'd want to know the lore. Maybe we might find a lot more stuff out once they go to the Soul Society, but who knows? But those are fantastic episodes. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments below for this episode. Thanks again, everyone. I'll see you guys next time.